Hello and welcome back to another episode of Sales Saturday by the salespeople for the salespeople. In the last few weeks, we have been learning about the BEST framework, and especially in the last week, we have spent time about prospecting. This week, we are going to look at another very important aspect of sales, and that is your funnel management. Like every journey has many milestones and has a destination, so does sales have. In sales, the final destination obviously is the fact that we are booking the order or we're picking up the check. Yet, there are many milestones that we need to cross before we can get there. And funnel management largely focuses on that. So, what is funnel management? Funnel management is about looking at the various aspects before we get to closing. So, we start with prospecting, after which it gets converted into the number of calls that we have made, number of appointments that we have been able to fix, the number of meetings we have had, the number of closures that we have been able to make. The system should ensure that the funnel is being filled based on the sales cycle. Now the question is, what is sales cycle? Sales cycle is the time taken from first meeting the customer to the closure. So based on that time frame, each one of our customers can be bucketed into, in the first 15 days, the customer would be considered to be hot. From 15 to 30 days, he would be a warm customer. From 30 to 45 days, there is still hope with the customer. And after 45 days till 60 days, the customer would be considered that very, very little chances. And beyond 60 days, he will be considered to be a cold or a dropout customer. Now, customers keep moving from each bucket based on our interactions and the time that we have spent and how we've been able to move them from a warm bucket to a hot bucket. The next question that comes to our mind is how many numbers should be there in each stage of this bucket? And this is quite a tricky one because it purely depends on three very important aspects. The first one is your own conversion ratio. The second one happens to be your target, and the third one is the entire sales cycle time that it takes. So typically, if your conversion is 1:5 and your target for the month is 2 closures and your sales cycle time is about 15 days, and that is, it takes roughly about 15 days for anybody to make a deal, then in your first bucket you need to have at least 5 prospects very, very consistently. Once we have been through this, the next important thing happens to be is that how are we going to follow up with each of the customers in each of these buckets? Are there certain techniques and ways of doing it? And that is something that we will be covering in our next episode. Until then, happy selling and a happy weekend.